Christine Weston Chandler, aka Chris Chan, one of the most infamous and trolled individuals on the internet. But I'm sure if you're watching this, you already know that. Whether you're a long-time follower of all things Chris Chan and Sonichu, or if you've become more familiar with her because of some recent revelations, I think we can all agree that Chris Chan has done some stupid, irresponsible, and downright evil things. A lot has happened over the 20 plus years Chris Chan has had an online presence, and in today's video I'd like to highlight the absolute worst of it. Welcome to the worst Chris Chan stories. The first thing of note I'd like to discuss is when Chris Chan famously assaulted a GameStop employee by macing them over Sonic Boom. This was because Chris Chan for some reason felt extremely passionate about the color of Sonic's arms. Now, for anyone severely lacking on their Sonic character design knowledge, before Sonic Boom, Sonic the Hedgehog's arms were always skin colored. This was until the release of Sonic Boom, when his arms were turned from skin colored to blue, and CWC was having none of this. This assault against the GameStop employee wasn't the only time Chris Chan took issue with Sonic's newfangled arms, as she also publicly sent Sega a death threat over this. No, not the CEO of Sega, or the character designer who was responsible for the blue arms. No, Chris Chan literally wanted to kill the entire company. Now, the next thing we're gonna talk about is Chris Chan's infamous rescue mission to the great state of Ohio. In 2009, one of the most disturbing arcs in the entire Chris Chan story took place when a 13-year-old troll named Blue Spike fabricated two identities to mess with Chris Chan. The first one was Julie. This was the persona of a girl that wanted to be Chris Chan's girlfriend, who Chris Chan fell madly in love with, and the other one was Max, who was Julie's evil brother who kidnapped her. In February of 2009, Julie asked Chris Chan to come visit her in Ohio. She responded to this by asking Julie to come visit her because she would not be comfortable traveling such a long distance. A few days passed and Chris Chan changed her mind, stating that she would go on the journey and was putting aside money for the trip. Later that month, Chris Chan stated that she would feel at unease with making the trip without the emotional support of her parents. Chris Chan wanted Julie to talk to her parents in order to win over their emotional support. Julie then replied by saying that she was beginning to suspect that Chris Chan did not even want to see her. Chris Chan then told Julie that her mother was worried about her safety. Things then took a dramatic turn when Max got in contact with Chris Chan, stating that Julie was being held captive by him. Max told Chris Chan that he would give Chris 5 days to come and save her in Ohio. The next day, which happened to be Chris Chan's 27th birthday, she attended her aunt's funeral, where she claimed the spirits of her ancestors wished her a safe trip to Ohio. And so, Chris Chan embarked on this epic journey. Chris Chan left at 5:30 the next morning without informing her parents. Chris Chan left a note and a map outlining her planned trip for them, and when they discovered it, they called the police and filed a missing person report. Chris Chan traveled over 800 miles from his home in Ruckersville to Cleveland, Ohio, in an effort to rescue his non-existent beloved. When Chris Chan arrived at the address she was given by the troll, she found an old, run-down house with nobody but an elderly African-American woman living there, and no sign of his beloved sweetheart, Julie. Better luck next time, CWC. This Julie saga eventually ended when Blue Spike and Chris Chan called, and Blue Spike revealed to Chris that this whole time she had been having phone sex and what she thought was an intimate relationship with a 13-year-old boy. In 2014, Chris Chan burnt down her own house while making a cup of coffee in her downstairs bathroom. Why Chris Chan's coffee machine was in the bathroom rather than the kitchen is beyond me, but I digress. Chris Chan took to Facebook, blaming the faulty wiring of a Keurig's coffee brewer as to why her house burnt down instead of taking accountability for her own fucking actions. Chris Chan wrote to the company saying, "Your coffee brewer's faulty wiring sparked my power socket and burnt my house down." Chris Chan is a lot of things: selfish and ingrate, some might say a monster, but most importantly, Chris Chan is a fucking idiot. I don't think this will be a surprise to anyone, but the final story of Chris Chan I would like to discuss, which and I'm sure you agree is the worst, are these recent allegations of Christine having a sexual relationship with her 80-year-old mother, Barbara Chandler. On the 30th of July 2021, a phone call got leaked where Chris Chan spoke about having a sexual relationship with her own mother. According to Chris, this began on June 27th, 2021 and happened every third day since. I'd like you to also keep in mind that Barbara Chandler has dementia. Fuck. Since this leaked phone call came out, Chris Chan has been arrested and is currently being held in prison. This situation is currently being investigated by Greene County Sheriff Department, and if these claims that Chris is making in the phone call are true, Chris Chan could be facing up to 10 years in prison for these horrible acts. The topics that I've covered in this short video are just some of the stories in the insane history of Chris Chan, and it looks like this particular one could be the end. And if this is the end of Chris Chan, what a wild ride and horrible story it has been. I've heard it said multiple times that in the story of Chris Chan there are no good people, there is just varying degrees of evil. And if Chris Chan truly did pull an autistic Oedipus by doing these horrible crimes, I don't think anyone can deny Chris Chan is truly the sickest individual involved in this piece of internet history. Before all this came out, I had no idea how the story of Chris Chan was going to end. But this, if this is true, is far worse than anything I expected. You either die on the love quest, or live long enough to see yourself fuck your own mother. And that's all I got for you. My name is Louis, and thank you so much for watching.